Hey friends, welcome back in. The Kentucky Center of Grieving Children and Families and Bluegrass Care Navigators are hosting a dinner and a family-friendly program of activities to honor Children's Grief Awareness Day. It's this Thursday and dedicated to providing grief support groups, resources, and a safe space for children and families coping with grief and loss. Important topic. And here to talk more, Executive Director Leila Salisbury and Bereavement Counselor Holly Bender. Ladies, appreciate you both being here.
Thank you.
This is a big topic, and we have a month set aside for awareness. We have a day set aside for awareness. So let's talk about the mission of what are we hoping that that we can understand in the spotlight being shown on the month and then actually on the day.
Sure. I think grieving children so often go unseen. They don't feel like they can talk about their losses, so people either don't know or people assume children are too young to grieve or they're resilient and they'll just bounce back naturally, on their own. So I think this month is to emphasize children do grieve, even as young as infants and toddlers.
Right.
And providing the support services and spaces to talk about the people they've lost are, I think in this month, that's really what we're encouraging. You know, those memories and connections are so important for the kids.
Very good. And you're right, they do grieve, but they also grieve in different ways, just like we do. I mean, the whole spectrum. I saw in both of my children, my sons, when they lost their grandparents. One wanted to talk about it, one didn't. So what do we need to be looking for? What do we need to be aware of for those that may not be projecting the way we're expecting them to?
Yeah, well, you're right. Different children will grieve in different ways, and the age matters a lot too. And so kind of generally speaking for younger children, it's good to know that kids grieve in spurts. They might be crying and sad one moment and playing and happy the next, and that's perfectly normal.
Right.
They also don't really have the words, so they may have some extra outbursts where maybe they weren't having those kinds of outbursts before. And they will express their grief through play pretty often. And then for older kids, they might have trouble in school. It's hard to focus and concentrate. They might not get their work done. They might withdraw or isolate more. And they also have increased anxiety often. You know, now that something like this has happened to them, they realize it can happen and they worry something could happen to somebody else. So those are all important things to explore for sure. And
interesting that all of what you just said can also be applied to adults as well. We're all in the same boat in a lot of ways with grief. So let's talk about the partnership between your organizations and what you're trying to accomplish with this event on Thursday.
I am so excited. I feel like Bluegrass Care Navigators and our center do beautifully complementary things. Bluegrass Care Navigators offers individual counseling, therapy, some groups, largely oriented to adults. We do the children, not individual counseling, but the group support and the family interaction. So it's sort of the two pieces of the puzzle. So, you know, working together for Children's Grief Awareness Day, both to raise awareness and for the special family program. And we're incredibly grateful to be able to be in Bluegrass Care Navigators' beautiful space there.
Very good. Stronger together. And you all brought some examples here of some of the items that you use in this process. Can you maybe walk us through a couple of these?
Yeah, we're going to start the evening with dinner. Catered by Puccini's.
Yes, thank you, Puccini's.
They do a great job.
It's a free event for families. So
starting out strong already.
Yes.
And then we have several activities that are geared toward memories. It is remembrance is so important for grieving people. We miss the person who is absent so deeply, and so we yearn for a connection. And even though they're not here physically, we can still stay connected to them. And some of the ways to do that are through memories and sharing about that person with other people. So we have lots of different memory-making activities that people will get to do as families and take home. We have this wooden butterfly that they'll be able to decorate and write a little message to their loved one and hang that somewhere in their home.
It could go on the tree and then somewhere important in the house after that.
Yeah, we have memory rocks that we'll be painting.
Very nice.
They may have the opportunity to put them in our memory rock garden if they choose to, or take them home, whatever they choose.
This one, you know, we're coming up to the Thanksgiving holiday too. So, you know, we kind of call this activity, you know, setting a place at the table for the person, you know, their memory is still there, even if the physical body is not. So, you know.
And you get it right away. You see all the things that the grandparent was
what made
like the little billiards, follow the reds,
special.
Fishing. That's great.
And we're making luminaries as well. We have little battery-operated votives in here. So we'll be making those and telling them what they can do with these at home to help remembering their families. We're hanging little butterflies on memory trees.
Very good.
And then we're going to conclude with a luminary ceremony for everybody, in which they'll use these in their memory rocks as well.
It'll go a long way in the healing process, we're sure. What's the best resource for folks to learn more about how they can be a part of this event on Thursday?
So this should be calling Bluegrass Care Navigators. They can sign up if they want to check our website as well. There'll be a link through to the sign-up form with Bluegrass Care Navigators, so they can get to it a number of ways.
Awesome. Awesome. Information on the screen there for our viewers if you're interested in participating in this or just learning more about these two great organizations and the good work that they're doing to help us navigate these difficult waters when they hit. So thank you both.
Thank you.
For sharing this with us, and appreciate you bringing here. Back with more. Stick around.